So, all right. Greetings. This is Yvette with Yvette's Turn. I am back home after I did my little video earlier. I left out, and the only thing that I did today was shampoo and condition and do my hair. Um, make that video, and then I went and got the oil changed in my car. And then I came back home because it's turning back cold after that little warm spell. Um, I want to say this real quick. It's been on my mind. I woke up thinking about it. One of my children's childhood friends was senselessly, had nothing to do with gangs, nothing, just just randomly taken out. Okay, his homegoing. The young man was only 28. His homegoing was today. Um, he and his brothers and my two, when they were children, we lived in an apartment complex together, in the same apartment complex, and they would get together and play. They would, the neighborhood kids. And when I say neighborhood gang, I'm not meaning what y'all talking about, okay? What some of y'all talk about, gangs, then neighborhood friends. Well, this one of them had his home going today because he was taken out senselessly. Okay. His mother asked my daughter to be a flower girl. So she did that. And I don't know if my son ended up being one of the pallbearers or if they didn't need him to do that, if they had enough for that. But it really disturbs my my spirit for this kind of senseless violence to be happening. You hear me talking about raising the vibration of the earth. Raising the vibration of the earth has a lot to do with people doing their internal work. If in this situation, if I'm understanding correctly, this young man lost his life. He was door dashing. He had like 3 different jobs. He was door dashing. Went to pick up some food, and at somebody that worked at the restaurant, I think they bumped into each other. Nothing more than that. And they ended up taking that young man's life, only 28 years old. I remember that young man as a boy. I never got to see him as a man. This kind of stuff hurts my heart. And he and my son, I come to find out, they had lost touch, for a while, I think, but they had just recently gotten back in touch because this young man wanted to go fishing with my son, because all my son does is work and fish. But this young man is gone because he bumped into somebody. Throw away religion. Throw away religious books and ancient texts. It does not take any of that to simply treat your neighbor, the next being, like you would want to be treated. What's going on now, like this situation and things like it, this is ridiculous. Now, the two that were involved in this young man losing his life, it was, from what I understand, what was on the news, it was they were teenagers. They were teenagers, and I think it was a man and a woman. Okay? And I hope they throw the book at it. This is ridiculous. This is why we need people that care, that are doing their internal work, so we can get because remember, scripture says that the earth is groaning, and even the animals, for the sons of God, for mankind that were given charge of the planet to get back in line, to act like they're made in the image of a God. And some of y'all are not going to like this, but part of that getting back in order, and what I'm about to say, because I am divorced, okay? I am divorced. Nobody is perfect, but there are better circumstances in which to bring human beings into this world. You don't have to like what I'm saying. I know I'm telling the truth. And we have a bunch of people in the world today that grew up with nobody giving a mint green damn about them. And they develop these chips on their shoulder, and they develop an attitude of, I'm going to take mine and ain't nobody going to do this to me. And then you can't simply accidentally bump into somebody without it costing somebody their life. That's ridiculous. And this is why Earth is out of order. It's not just the global elites. It's from the roof, from the top down. From governments, heads of governments, down to your local, to churches, down to your local neighborhoods, down to the two people who won't stop, who have no business procreating and won't stop screwing. My channel is set. The children shouldn't be able to come on here. And so what we have now is a bunch of lawless beings. I'm not even going to call them human. Christians, what do you think the scripture, a new heaven, when it talks about in Revelations, a new heaven and a new earth, what do you think that means? It means there's going to have to be some order established back on earth. Pagans, as above, so below. What do you think that means, and how do you think it's going to come about? It starts with individual accountability. People who are doing their inner work, spiritual community. People who are taking up their cross, Christians, so that they're not somewhere, so that they can learn to treat other people like they want to be treated, instead of being somewhere concerned about somebody's money, trying to destiny swap so you can live, and trying to kill them so you can inherit it and live large. If that's where your mind is, will you please go on and die and run your ass back to the dog, and do Earth a favor and stay there. Don't even try to come back. Because there are people who have come onto this planet that have a mission and a job to do, and damn if we ain't gonna do it. This kind of loss is ridiculous. Your Jesus speaks of storing up riches in heaven where there's no moth, no thief to come and steal it where it can't, where your possessions and your assets, things of value to you, don't rust. Yet it says that there shall be a new heaven and a new earth, and the heaven shall come down to the earth. What do you think that means, or do you not care? This is the work. It starts individually, then it starts with families, then it goes to schools, to neighborhoods, to your. I want, if you want to see, if y'all gonna still go to these institutions, these churches and these synagogues, all it takes is treat other people like you want to be treated. My son and daughter have known, in their 30 and 32 years, have known and lost more friends than I have in my lifetime. I'm 57. This is ridiculous. And see, it's only certain people that's going to care what I'm saying. And those of you or care, and it's not about me, but it's only certain people that hear this that are going to see and understand the quality of what I'm saying. If you do not care about the new heaven and the new earth and lawfulness, not binding people, but law and order being established back in the heavens and on earth, please leave earth. And I'm not telling anybody to do anything to themselves, but I mean, don't try to stay. Because that's the assignment. We want earth back to where children can play and be safe and cared for. We want earth back to as above, so below, for real. This talk is, like I said, inspired by the young man whose homegoing was today, and it was senseless. I still remember him as a young boy coming over to the house, bringing. That's the first time I saw Jeepers Creepers, the first one. He had the CD and brought it over, and the whole family sat there and watched it. Me and my husband at the time, and my two children, we and him sitting there watching the movie. He brought the movie over there now, get scared and want to go back home. And my husband, my ex-husband, had to walk him back home, because he got scared and now he's gone because of bumping into somebody accidentally. Because we got lawless people out here, people that aren't raising their children, people who are having children that shouldn't. Some of y'all should be sterilized. I said it. You can rewind it if you need to. That's all I wanted to say. But I'm going to close out with this, and I know I said it, but I'm going to close out with it again. If a new heaven and a new earth is not on the front burner of the stove of your heart, because we all have a purpose. I know we're concerned about daily life and making it all of that, but if your purpose doesn't go past you and dressing up your flesh, and making your flesh look appealing. And it's okay to look nice. But if you don't go past that and want to see some restoration of the heavens and the earth, and as above, so below, do run your ass on back to the doll. Because evil, your time is up. Okay? All right. Good night.